Following the successful African Development Bank and African Fund meetings in Nairobi, Kenya, African financial institutions are now gearing up to implement the resolutions signed during the sessions. Their primary focus lies on initiating economic reforms within the global architects and prioritizing integration, development, connectivity, and power across the African continent, particularly in less connected countries like South Sudan. The platform provided a crucial opportunity for South Sudan Bank Governor Dr. James Salih Garang to showcase potential investment areas and engage financial institutions in supporting South Sudan economic reform agenda.
So the project has an amount that is going to help us as a country to address flooding and other climate change related risks that have arisen both in South Sudan and across the region.
More targets and more resources for you as countries. That's why we are here. That's our role.
After the Nairobi meeting, Dr. Alich seized the opportunity to hold a series of sideline meetings with the Kenyan Bank Governor Dr. Kamau Thogi and other prominent leaders. Their discussions explore areas of mutual interest, expanding networking, and exchange views on the prevailing economic landscapes. They emphasize the need to collectively address economic challenges exacerbated by climate change and geopolitical constraints. After returning to Juba, Dr. Alich was welcomed by his First Deputy Samuel Yanga and the bank staff. During a media briefing, Dr. Alich highlighted that South Sudan had been granted access to financing under the African Disaster and Risk Mechanism, facilitating connections with other African countries.
The meetings were very successful. They provided the platform where we exchange views. There were also many opportunities where we meet at the regional level, and one of those was the meeting for the Horn of Africa initiative, where South Sudan is a member, and a number of issues were discussed. One of those in the Horn of Africa initiative was the need to connect countries. Among those are countries that are least connected. Of course, they include South Sudan. And the emphasis from the group is that if there is anything that can be done to foster access to resources, both in the region and within the FDB, then those should be done. And then before we concluded the meeting, South Sudan had the opportunity, like other 4 countries, to be granted access under a financing arrangement called Africa Disaster and Risk Financing Mechanism. It is one of those that is going to allow us to connect South Sudan with Ethiopia and other countries in the region.
Dr. James Salih Garang also expressed appreciation for President Salva Kiir Mayardit's decision to grant the bank independence. This significant step is vital to enhance the bank's professionalism and efficiency. Daniel Maranwek, SSBC, Juba.